Alright, in the mood to do a little bit more Elarion. The changes coming have me a little bit excited. They're gonna do a Christmas event or winter holiday event, I guess, with new skins. I think a new mount. They said there's a secret mount. They're changing the way you accumulate currencies and how you spend them. It is a little bit better that you can specifically get what you want after the changes, but I think it's worse that you're getting less resources overall. Like, it will be better, I think, for buying individual, like, green items for sure, but for purple, I think it'll be worse. That is something. Isn't really how it came. None of the capes really seem to match the characters. It's really weird. Alright, I'm gonna check my audio real quick just to make sure I'm not super unnecessarily loud. Alright, I'm gonna check my audio real quick. Perfect, okay. Alright. Waiting for a contender. If I get enough supplies, I can buy my way out of, like, doing contender, which would be so big because the worst part about this game, in my opinion, when you're starting, or at least when you're trying to go through the leagues, is gearing in contender, because after contender, you kind of just fly through them pretty fast. With Paragon kind of... No, even Paragon felt pretty fast. On both Merit and Vigour. But contender feels like a million years. It feels like it takes your entire lifetime to get out. If I was going to buy, I could buy greens, which would still get me a high enough eye level, I think, to run Sith rolls, probably. I'm speculating. My cat's about to jump. No. No, I don't. Okay, we got a green chess piece. Ow. Hey, hey. You get a laser pointer for my cat. Gloves, maybe. Pants, too. Oh, pants should have been so obvious. Level 1. Can get the white pants. It's still not quite enough. Let's try to queue like that though and see what it gets. Also, I have like no fucking gold. Hey, hey, come on, go. Are you hungry? Is that what it is? Hold on, I gotta feed my cat real quick. Alright, and I'm back. If I don't find anything in like 10 or 15 minutes, I'll probably swap to vigour. I feel like last night I had relatively quick Qs on Elarion, so not sure what's going on with that. Let me take a look real quick. I level 80, so I think you need 70 or 60 to do Sith rolls, and then you need to time Sith rolls and get I level 80. Sweet. Okay, so that puts me I level 60. Let's see if that can get. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at the new talent row. Each time multi-shot deals damage to an enemy, the cooldown of Starfall Volley is reduced by 3 seconds. I thought this was like one of Elarion's legendaries, basically. I don't care where we go. I think we've already done this one on Elarion. Oh, we have. We need Sands and Market and Silken. What are we doing? Okay. I guess as Elarion, I should bait because Elarion, I think, is the only range that can cast Soul Moving, except for I forget who during their ult. Actually, it may only be Elarion. Vigour during ult. Kind of. I do wish we were going a bit faster though, because I have a limited amount of time to play. I understand the tank's fear though. It's rational fear. Especially at this level. Oh, not me. Anybody? No? Okay. That's right, I tend to ignore it on a new character too. Oh, we're going the fun route. I should kick that, but I want to press these cooldowns. Who, me again? Okay, I'm a winner. I think I may just save ult for the boss. Like, is this 100? No, there's no way this is 100. Fuck it, I'm gonna ult this, cause why not? I kicked the wrong thing. I wonder what my damage priority should be during ult. I feel like it's definitely involves Heartseeker Revenge somehow. Like, just keeping it on cooldown. It's still not 100. Alright. Wait, what does Elarion Spirit do? Chance to refund focus. Oh, so that's basically nothing. So I'm guessing Spirit's like the lowest priority stat for Elarion. Basically, I mean, to me it seems like it doesn't do anything. Alright, have gloves. Finally, crowd control. I wonder if this set's actually good. I wondered this on Mara too. It's just more damage. Alright, so nothing really do but wait. The lack of gold and resources does kind of make me want to hop on Miko and just farm a couple thousand gold to make this faster. Honestly, not a bad idea, because I bet vigour also needs gold. Like, very high chance. Yeah, let's do that. Swap. Do sailors have, I wonder, the cloak or wrist? Wrist. Bummer. Farming Godfall 20 though, that shit got so old. It's really, probably shouldn't be as bad as it feels, but it is. Too broke. Let's try a specific 20. Journal. See which one happens faster. LFG versus matchmaking. Shit, you know what might be even faster than this if I just want to vend the items? Just be any capstone. Oh, fucking, except for Sith rolls. Any cap. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Sith roll 1. Plugged into the 13 key level, went to Sith roll 1. Perfect. Kind of. Except for like the raw gold and like materials you get are kind of not there, but I'm maxed on gems, so I'm not too worried about that. Plus I'll get 2 items to sell, which should amount to anywhere from 500 to 700 gold, I think. Still feels very slow compared to just doing 20 for an extra like 200 gold. Alright, so I'm gonna show my Sith rolls right here. Start here, grab these. Don't pick up that pack on the left with the recruits yet. We're gonna ignore those. Go down here straight. Grab Tundra Stalkers all the way back, recruit. Here we go. We're gonna execute a 5-pack snap right here. After that, if I don't get fucking stuck. Back over here, kind of around where this rock is. If you get on the rock, you can snap all of them sometimes. Here we go. And then I like to drop my clone. I didn't execute that super cleanly, and I didn't tell the team what I was doing. But somebody under one of my videos asked me to post one of my favorite routes, and my favorite route is my Citadels route. Just because, like, at the beginning of the season and in beta, I actually had a ton of snaps for this place. But as I, like, went up in difficulty, I kind of realized, like, they're not all time efficient. This one's cool because it gathers all the trash and it just kind of, like, dies. And I've done this up to, like, 27, I think. Haven't tried a Central since. Then after that, I like to grab this down to here, grab this pack. We gotta watch this guy for that, dodge that, rotate. Bait rapid fire this way, dodge that swirly. I'm just fighting these because it's convenient too with the blood shard stacks. The blood shard stacks won't go somewhere. You normally would not pull this as a part of my route, and I'll show you what we're gonna do after this. So after you fight that, like, golem with that 3-pack down there where I was just before this, you just go back up to the top, and you're gonna see, because we're gonna do that. In fact, I'm gonna drag them for that purpose. Don't let your team get that campfire. It will not actually help. Thankfully, Sylvie can see the light. Now, when you try to do this in keys over, like, 1, obviously, you need 2 mass dispels for this route. And I notice when I play my ults, nobody goes this way, even though it seems way more, like, time efficient for trash. The problem is obviously the dispels, but again, if you have mass dispel, it's not that bad. I'm gonna send Trinket. We got Sylvie's big shield. Sylvie should elect to dispel herself at least, but it seems like that's not happening. Also, normally this, like, patrol pack I pulled wouldn't be here, so there would be even less of that dot going out. Wait for that dot to tick, 2 seconds, there we go. Normally I pull that into this, assuming that we have Mass Dispel ready. And then I chain the patrol later, kind of after all the ice shadlings have died. It really just depends on, like, where the patrol is. Then over here, grab this. Over here. Dodge that. Kick that. Pray for the healer. I like to save my ult for just after this, because I do a double corruptor pull. Especially with these blood shards. See if we live. Kick him to bring him over here. Grip him, here we go. For this boss, I don't believe there's anything special about him. You don't want anybody to double soak. This being a 1, I'm probably going to soak all of them. Range will bait the orbs away. Somebody eats the frontal. Healer dispels the person that ate the frontal. If the party dies here, I will show you some cool tech for how to solo the frontal orb mechanic and the boss all by yourself. It may be Miko only that can do it also. I'm not sure if Helena has the mobility. There's a lot of misconceptions that people have about this mechanic right here, this thing. They think it makes the boss stronger or it does like a bunch of stuff. All these things do is pulse damage. The more of them are, the more damage that's pulsing the party's taking. If nobody soaks it, a giant one comes out and pulses a lot of damage. And as far as I know, that's literally all it does. So people will say stuff like, move the boss away from the things, but it's not proximity based, it's just like raid wide. And I don't think it matters if you stack these either. And I don't think they apply damage amp. I mean, the double soak does, but like, you could stand in that and I don't think you take any more damage. I could be wrong. Doesn't seem like it though. Alright, I'm double soaking. It's not gonna matter, because he's about to die. After I kill that boss, I route... Please dispel me. After I clear that boss, I route all the way back to where we started. Because in my opinion, going that way and fighting all the promoted enemies almost always overcaps percent, and it always feels way longer to me at any key level. Contender, Eternal 1, Eternal 9, 21, 27. It just feels longer than just routing back. Now that we're here though, we can pick up this campfire. I think everyone at this point already knows that you line of sight the archers around the pillar. I come up here, I grab these two. You want to be careful how you route them back over here. And then you can kind of LOS right here. And sometimes, like more and more lately, I like to go up and get that campfire before I go to the next boss. I don't know why, it feels better. Even if you die and you respawn there, well, the distance may be about the same from there. But I just like to go get this trash out of the way, have the campfire so you can like kill that boss and then jump off the edge. Or you can even walk, it doesn't matter. So if you're ever having to tank the spinning blades, one, you can dodge them now, so having your vortex up can help with that, but also if you're running Earthwell and you use it, your Earth Shield won't take damage, and so your mitigation feels much better on those instead of feeling like they're just destroying your Earth Shield. You can also CC them, of course, like that. When I play like vigour healing or even a DPS and I see those start to spin, I go ahead and like CC them so that the tank doesn't have to move. I do not chain these into anything, I just fight them by themselves, because they spawn like 2 to 4 orbs or something like that, and it's super annoying for the healer. Especially like further down on the bridge where it feels like there's less room to move around. You might also notice that I'm sending Serenity at like any amount of stacks over like 32-ish. The reason for that is like the temporary benefit of having the damage reduction from the legendary is pretty good for mitigating damage, and then on top of that, it does AoE damage when it pulses. So like at 36 stacks maybe, it does like 27k uncapped AoE damage. So to help you maintain threat, and then also you're keeping a damage reduction rolling, which when you get to a higher Eternal starts to get really important because you're looking for every tiny bit of damage reduction that you can get. Like, there's a level, even right now apparently, where Sylvie basically just leaves Blue Butterfly on you as often as they can. Or even forever, if they're able to. There's not a whole lot for tank to do here besides, you can E-traps technically, but you also don't need to unless they're just really bad, I guess. And get threat. So in my experience, the Eldarin-like ads most often come from this corner over here, kind of where my mouse cursor is, like over there-ish. I know it's set for 1, but I still don't want to. Another thing too is like right when I ult, the next global as fast as I can, I press Serenity because the damage from our legendary will get amped, but the legendary is only slightly shorter to pop its damage than the ultimate. And in my opinion, our ultimate needs buffed dramatically, but I guess I didn't like it being good when it was good. It basically does no damage to me because ult, in my opinion, is just a defensive button. So I tend not to plan around using ult for damage. If you're in these lower levels, sure. But her ult is basically just another defensive button in my mind most of the time. It can also be a tool for getting threat, getting and holding threat in very large pools. You gotta kick this sentinel. You can also chicken him if somebody in the party has chicken. Doesn't actually matter if they die because... Can I not jump off the edge? You can also do that at the Golem boss fight. I walked all the way back to, I guess, make a point, but you can jump off the edge and just go to the campfire. Here I'm going to show you something that I don't ever see any other tank do. This bugs out the AI so that they can't spin. They will still jump, but you see that they can't spin. And then they also snap, so whenever they jump to a DPS or something, they snap right back here. DPS do still have to worry about dodging, but usually you'll have a ranged and plus a healer, like baiting most of them out there. But yeah, this just completely removes a mechanic from this fight where they don't ever spin, so you don't ever have to CC them. I don't know why this works, and I've never seen another tank do it, so I may be the only one, you know, that does it. Maybe it's a waste of time, I don't know. I still do it anyways. I try to kill the Scholar first, and I think that everybody should, because he has an important kick up. Obviously. Sorry, my cat is messing around with my blinds. But also, he's spawning these orbs that are kind of just making Sylvie's life painful. So to take pressure off your healer, killing him is just really good. That may have even killed the healer. Killer is about to have a lot of fun with this. He should at least pick himself or someone else to dispel. He picked one person. Oop, wrong character. Doesn't do that on this character. For this boss too, everybody basically wants to ult phase 2. Phase 1 is like nothing. Phase 2, when Cithril starts like spamming stuff really fast and hard, that's the burn phase, so you just want that to be over. So if you have ult, you basically want to send it in phase 2. Phase 2 for Cithril starts at 50%. And he gets a huge amount of haste. And when you get to really high Eternal and he takes like forever to die, you like basically just run out of room in the arena. The hardest part of Cithril's dungeon is actually just him. The rest of the dungeon is like remarkably easy. So yeah, phase 1, you already know. Like I said, it's really nothing. They both ulted, but really wasn't worth it because it's not the part of the fight that matters. This is pretty close to a tank and spank. Even the bleed doesn't happen for like 20 seconds after the pull-in. I just sent Serenity, so I'm gonna hold ult for a minute while I get it back up. After he picks 2 targets, he's gonna do his frontal, like, very quickly after. It seems like they may have even nerfed how quickly he does that. It feels slower to me. But maybe that's just because there isn't a whole lot of danger at this level of difficulty. And we have to figure out where he's gonna go so we can get there for the next frontal. That one was much faster. Alright, hopefully that will let me gear cap a little bit on Elarion. I have so many spirit items on Elarion, but what I assume is that it's actually his worst stat, because what it does isn't particularly helpful from what I can tell. But it's like all my gear has spirit on it. Trying to get him out of Contender And to do that, we've got to hit about 80 item level. Perfect. Now we should be able to go in. They're making changes to like resource acquisition, but I think something that's highly requested is that they change, like either remove the gem cap or make it free to like change gem colors. I think that would be great. Because I always want to experiment with random builds, especially in like reduced item level environments like Paragon and below. Because I had this theory that for Vigor you could do like max blue, max white, maybe some red or purple, just to get like the biggest ult for Ransack possible, and that was kind of like my dream for a while until I started doing Eternal, and that was re-rolling everything to green. For Elarion, I have no idea what I'll do, and I might keep it that way. I might not look up a guide, look up a build or anything, and just go like, his ult doesn't feel good enough to go into blue. I don't think any of his abilities proc like on crit effects. I think they're all like independent of crit when they proc. Haste does seem pretty good for him. Hard to disagree with that. The crit tree is a bit overtuned though, so maybe like dipping to at least like purple 6 would be good. But I'm kind of, maybe I would do like, or if I wanted to maximize his damage, would it be like max green for expertise, or we do like max purple and then white to 5 or 6, and then I don't know, maybe yellow? I really don't know. Alright, I said I wasn't gonna look up a guide, but I'm kind of curious, what is his best stat? Like, I'm not gonna look up what top players are doing. Elarion stat priority. I just want to know, like, what... It is haste. I mean, that, yeah, it seems obvious, but... Storm 6. Elarion has the benefit of being the only caster that can cast while moving, or shoot while moving. But his movement speed is greatly reduced when he does. Except for maybe during ult, but I'm not sure about that. Really do think he will be a lot more fun to play with once I have some haste though. Because right now, like, that charge up time to do something, to proc something else, it feels like so long. Thinking about running the dungeon set that increases execute damage by 15% though. Except for that, it seems like Elarion gets punished when stuff dies if he's not like the killing blow, because it cancels his attack and then it kind of sets you back, it seems like. So maybe that's not the play, I'm not sure. Even though haste is his best stat, I kind of don't want to put shit into the haste gems. Like, maybe I can just get enough haste from gear to be fine, because except for Helena maybe, I feel like the yellow gems just kind of, they're not really fun. What are we doing? Alright. Oh, I used cooldown when I didn't have resources. Oh my god. I can't. Alright. Couldn't find his nameplate. I'm just gonna kick that. Alright, I think that's enough for me tonight. I've got work again tomorrow. And the day after that. And supposedly the day after that, so I work 6 days this week. So, I'm tired.